is Lorraine Hamilton, and today I'm answering the question, why do I need a high-priced offer? So I want to welcome you to this training. You might want to grab something to write with and something to write on. As I'm talking, there's probably going to be a few things that you want to take note of. But let's get into this. So why do I need a high-priced offer? I think I want to share three reasons. There's a lot of reasons that I think you should base your business on a high-priced offer, but here's three of them. The first of them is to break you out of that holding pattern of absolutely overwhelming marketing tactics that we are drowning in. So that really get you out of that sense of overwhelm. The second thing is to make your business healthy. So I want to introduce this idea of cost to profit ratio, and looking at, you may be really busy, but are your profits outweighed by your costs? Are you so busy doing things that you're not actually turning a profit? And then the third thing that I think is really important for my clients is that having a high priced premium offer actually allows you to help more people. So you might be thinking, hey, hang on, how does that work? Surely I'm going to get less people at a high priced offer. The way that it helps you to reach more people is that if you can look after yourself first and grow a healthy business with a low cost, high profit ratio, then you can give back a hell of a lot more than if you're struggling to meet your minimum monthly targets. Okay, so we want to get you out of overwhelming marketing tactics. We want to make your business healthy, and we want you to help you reach more people and help more people. So let me introduce this concept of cost to profit ratio. I'm not going to turn this into a big maths lesson or an accounting lesson because I am seriously ill qualified to do that. But this is important for building a healthy business. So you need to understand how much it costs you to make a profit. When you're just starting out, you might not have the systems in place to take on a whole load of low-end clients. You might say, oh, I'll go out and I will, charge really low fees while I'm starting out, and I'll get all these clients and it'll be great. But you might not have the systems in place in order to do that. And similarly, you might find that you already have lots of low-end clients and you just don't have the time and financial freedom that you dreamed of. And this could be because you're running at a very high cost, low profit ratio. So each client that you have has a cost. It's an administration or an opportunity cost, if you like. And there's a lot of things that go into that cost. Let's have a look at some typical additions to this cost. So first of all, you've got your traditional marketing. So traditional marketing activities, printing costs for flyers and posters, business cards, that kind of thing. You might have enlisted a designer to design logos, letterheads. Traditional print advertising or any form of advertising is a marketing cost. Then we also have the wonderful beast that is online marketing, and this is very special, so I'm going to come back and spend a little bit more time dedicated to online marketing, because I think we have a preconception that online marketing is a low cost marketing opportunity, and I disagree with that. So I want to show you where I think the hidden costs of online marketing lie. So I will come back to it. So let's say that your marketing and your online marketing is working and you have some prospects to speak to. So you spend time, you have an initial conversation, you might go out for a coffee. If it's someone who's geographically distant from you, then you get on the phone, you have a discovery call, a get to know you call, a sales call, whatever you want to call it. You spend time with that prospect. Then maybe you don't do the best job of closing them and they get cold feet and you have to spend some more time with them. Just, you know, helping them to see the possibilities of that working with you is the right thing for them. So that's an additional time cost. Then they're over the line, they do want to work with you, they can see the benefit to them. You need to set up a contract. Now this might not take very long, it might just be a case of emailing backwards and forth, but sometimes it can take a while to get your contracts lined up and signed, and off you go, and then you get paid. And there might even be a cost associated with getting paid from your payment processor. Okay. And then once you have enrolled your client, you may have additional costs on top of that, depending on what type of program you're enrolling them into. An example of that is my VIP clients, my program clients. I get them to do an assessment, which helps me to coach them better and helps them to get an awareness of how they approach problems. But that is from an outside contractor, so there's a cost associated with that, and that's part of the enrollment cost. Okay, so all of this adds to the costs to your business, and we want your cost to profit ratio to be as low as possible to have the healthiest business that you can have. Okay, now if we're to follow a common model for new coaches and consultants, the general focus is build a big email list and then draw clients from that. And this is where our wonderful tool of online marketing comes in. The problem that I see with this particular model is that what we focus on expands. We know that. And if we are focusing at the bottom tier of this pyramid, focusing on building our email list, then we're focusing on our lowest value. So basically the way that you get people onto your email list is you give them something for free that they perceive to be of value. If that is your main business building tactic, then the cost to profit ratio is really high because you're putting all your time and energy into something that is likely not going to have premium clients knocking on your door straight away. You're also at risk of ending up in this holding pattern that I was telling you about of marketing tactics, and that is the beast that is online marketing. And online marketing is seriously the biggest rabbit hole that you can lose yourself into in today, and it has the highest cost profit ratio. So let's look at this model. We want to build an email list. So now you've got to be on every social media platform ever conceived and be ready for the new ones that are popping up on a weekly basis. Plus, you need a website. Doesn't matter what's on there, you've got to have a website, and so you fill it with a whole load of information about you, your process, your coaching sessions, add-ons, just as long as there's something up there. Then you need a blog because you've got to be able to show your insightful thoughts and your expertise and your knowledge. So then you have to come up with content every week for your blog. And not to mention regular newsletters because you've got to communicate with this email list to keep them interested. You might be looking at ebooks and e-courses, and e-courses generally have an expensive platform that you need to pay for to run them. You might be making videos or running challenges, and why not a launch or two for good measure? The natural response when we focus on building an email list as our means of lead generation and client attraction is that when people don't immediately buy, we think we need to add a new tactic. And this is how we end up in this hugely exhausting and really not terribly effective holding pattern. And everyone's doing the same thing. So everybody is fighting at the bottom trying to get people on their email list. There's no loyalty between email lists. I'm on several email lists, and I'm sure you are too. So we have to assume that the people that are on our email lists are also on other people's email lists. Okay. Let's take a look at how this model tends to end up. Okay, taking a traditional coaching practice as an example. So let's take a target of $10,000 a month. Okay, it's quite a reasonable target to start out with. We start off with our free opt-in, but because there's so much competition at that level, you need to make your free opt-in really, really good. Hey, the advice that I see regularly touted is give away your best stuff. You know, give it for free, or go really, really deep and into detail with one thing on your free opt-in, or, you know, make it super, super valuable, which is all very well, and that's great. But where the problem lies is that if you are following this model where you look at your free opt-in and then you introduce your tiers, it makes it really, really hard to build from that. So let's follow this model through a little bit further. Traditionally, you would go from your free offer to an entry level product. So likely an information product or a self-study program, something that has a low labor cost to you, and gets people used to spending money with you and getting to know you a bit more, but having committed a little bit more. So generally it sits around $97. This $3 is apparently very important, that it's not $99 or it's not $98 or $100. $97 tends to be the price. So you've got your low priced offer. This is your entry offer. So you take people from free opt-in, they get on your email list, and then you start to send them emails and make offers to them on, you know, you should buy this information product, this self-study program, this is what you need. So that's all well and good. Now your next tier. So the next tier is your mid-range offer, and your mid-range offer maybe sits around $297, so 3 times the original offer. And this might be a group coaching program. It might take the self-study program and add a bit more depth to it, or it might have a bit more of your input into it. Okay, so it's got a bit more value to it. There's a bit more access to you. And you know, if you make it a group program, maybe you've got 6 to 10 people, well, you're starting to look at, you know, maybe okay money. You fill your program, you're looking at $3,000 that month. You can just add some coaching sessions into it. And then you've got your premium offer. So you've got your VIP offer that sits at about $1,000. So again, it's just over 3 times more expensive. So what are you going to do for your premium offer? You've already given out a huge amount of free content. Okay, you're giving away your best stuff. Then you're adding value in your low priced offer. Then you have to add value again into your mid-range offer. And then you have to have a significant step up for your premium offer. So what do? Well, what most people do is say, well, I'll just make it a one-to-one program. We'll take the content from the coaching program and we'll make it one-to-one, and then I'll do 12 coaching sessions one-to-one, and that will be the premium offer. So, but you need to make it look like it's value for money. So what you do is you go into this hourly rate mindset of, okay, well, what's a good hourly rate? So a good hourly rate for me is $100 an hour, I reckon. So $100 an hour, we'll do 12 sessions, that's $1,200, but I'll present it as being good value, so I'll give a discount of 2 sessions, so it becomes this magical figure of $997. Okay, this is a very, very common model. If you look at many websites, coaching websites, you will see this structure. So let's go back to our target. Our target is $10,000. What do we need to actually do with this model to reach $10,000? So this is one way of doing it. One way is you could get 50 people to buy your low priced offer, so your $97 offer. That gives you just shy of $5,000. So $4,850 from selling 50 products. Okay, so it's low labor. Well, it's it's low labor. Let's just say it's low labor. Then you get from that 50, you convince 10 to join your mid-range coaching program. So you fill your coaching program, that's another $3,000 thereabouts. And from that, or maybe from last month's program, you managed to convince 2 to come on board as VIP clients. And that's another nearly $2,000. So we end up with just shy of $10,000 using this particular coaching model. Why I kind of hummed and hawed about the selling 50 products at $97 and the fact, was that a high cost activity or a low cost activity? The cost involved in that is how many people do you need to have on your list in order to make 50 sales a month? And that is huge. So think about how many people you need to be adding to your list every month in order to achieve those 50 sales. And that's why I say that this offer, when you go from top to bottom free opt-in down to your premium offer, is outdated and it doesn't work. It does work, but it's very labor intensive. Let me put that caveat on it. Okay. So what you're essentially doing in that model is creating a pool of fish and trying to get them to leap out of it each time you want them to rise a tier in your model. So you've already given them a huge amount of information for free or a huge amount of value for free, and then you have to put a lot of effort into nurturing them and coaxing them to jump to the next level, and then the next level, and then the next level and the next level again. So it's very much an uphill battle, and it has a really high cost to profit ratio because of the amount of time and content that you have to create to get people going uphill. And the cold hard truth is that if you build your list by giving stuff away, then a chunk of your list is going to be only looking for your free stuff. So you'll be putting a lot of effort into these people who are never ever going to buy. Okay. Cool. So what do we do about it? So if we take the idea, continue with the idea that what you focus on expands, then let's look at this from a different perspective. And let's keep our target the same for now. Okay, keep our target. And let's also look at a really achievable example. This really is achievable. So the first thing that we're going to take is a $15,000 VIP package. All right. You have a mid-range package of a coaching program that's $5,000, and then say a lower offering of $100 a month, a mastermind that you offer. And then you might also have a taster item like a promotional video or a report. Now this can either be an opt-in, an email opt-in or not. I, at the moment, I'm experimenting with not having an opt-in because I don't want to have the high cost of nurturing an email list that will never buy. I would rather that people enjoy my content. They will be able to find me and then raise their hands to talk to me about something else. So you can make this an opt-in or not, your promotional video or your report. But let's say that this is the model that we're going to use. When you make your focus your $15,000 package, your language tends to change. So you're now quite a serious contender in your industry, and you need to be able to demonstrate the value of that offer. So now you'll likely find yourself in the same sales conversations and discovery sessions, but the person in front of you will want you to explain in a very non-emotional way the benefits of what you can provide and how they outweigh the cost of that investment. So, for example, you might be talking to a business owner who has staff and they can't keep staff, or they're losing staff. And you happen to have a leadership development program that reduces staff churn because it teaches the business owner how to hire the right team member in the first place. So they get people and their staff tend to stay with them. So they don't have that cost of staff churn. So your business owner knows that losing a staff member costs them around about $30,000 every time they lose a staff member. So then it's really easy to see that your $15,000 solution is an absolute bargain. Okay. So let's see. Let's say that they don't go for the $15,000 offer. What happens next? So in our other example, they went straight back to the fishbowl. And remember, your fishbowl need constant feeding with your best and constantly new stuff. And in case case they should perform the ultimate personal insult and unsubscribe from your list, it's unthinkable. I remember when it was unthinkable, and I remember when I used to take it personally, and now I actually jump for joy when people unsubscribe because I realise that they're not the right people for me. That's a whole other tale. So, but the top tip from that and the lesson that I've learned from that is that they were never going to buy anyway. So let them go swim in somebody else's pond and be fed by them. Don't take it personally when people unsubscribe. Okay, so back to our example. Our prospect didn't go for a 15k offer, which, if you remember, is 150% of our monthly target. But now we still have two other options. We've got a $5,000 program which has less access to you. It will still help them a lot. It just might take longer for them to get the results, and they don't have you holding their hand or maybe doing some of the stuff for them. Or they can go down to the bottom of the funnel and join your $100 per month mastermind, where they still get great content but virtually no one-on-one access with you. Here's the thing. Not 5 minutes ago, they were seeing themselves writing you a check for $15,000. Do they really want to see themselves now signing up at $100 per month? No, they still want what the $15,000 package is going to give them. So they end up signing up for your $5,000 package, and you're halfway to your monthly target with one client. Okay. And remember, if you select your clients well and you've got the right mindset and message and you know how to structure sales conversations, you'll get them at 15,000, which is 150% of your target with one conversation. So the difference is that in the first model, you're pushing uphill all the time. You're needing to enroll, 50, 100 clients every single month onto your email list so that you can make your target. And you've already established that those clients have got a really high cost to profit ratio. Or you can focus on your high-priced offer and the type of client who's a good fit for it, because they have a very low cost to profit ratio and you put in a whole lot less effort to meet your target. It's always going to be easier to downsell than it is to upsell. Now, where the upsell model is useful to us is that it helps us to see ourselves climb the ladder. So the upsell model is very much for us. It's very much makes us feel good about going from, beginning to seeing ourselves up there. But we never get far enough in the upsell model. The downsell model, the way I see it, is all about what's best for our clients. So we showed just now that we could make our clients a $30,000 saving and a huge headache saving with a $15,000 solution. It's all about our clients. Plus, you get amazing clients when you work with them at a higher level. The more invested they are, the more motivated they are, and the better the results that they get. So here are the key takeaways that I want you to get from this training. First of all, the upsell model upsells us to ourselves, and the downsell model is about what's best for our clients. Think about your cost to profit ratio. Low is good. That is what creates a healthy business which will allow you to help more people in the long run. What you focus on expands. So what do you want to focus on? Do you want to focus your time and energy on lots and lots of marketing tactics, or do you want to focus your time and energy on identifying premium VIP clients and selecting them into your programs? And finally, master your mindset and message, and you are already 2/3 of the way to doing this. I hope this has been thought-provoking, and I can't wait to see you on our next training. Thank you.